What's going on there, team? Austin Lewis here, coming to you guys with Clark Kegley. Kegley.
Got it.
I said Kegley, but it's all good.
We thought it was
Kegley. Yeah, we did think. This is the YouTube star, and as you guys already know, the man sitting to the right of me, the left of you, is the man, the myth.
Yeah. This is the real man, the myth.
Mr. Zaback, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys haven't already, if you guys are listening to us on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, what else is there, Zaback?
iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, podcast.
See, he does it way better than I do.
YouTube.
If you are on YouTube, make sure and go smash that subscribe button, smash that like button, because this thing needs to be shared, because what Clark is going to share with you guys is
we're about to drop the knowledge. Thanks for being on the show, Clark.
Thank you,
we
brother.
really appreciate you being here, brother.
Yeah, man. Thanks for tacos the other day.
Yeah, dude, 100%. I took Clark to Takai. If you guys live in Arizona or LA, I think it got big in LA. You know exactly what we're talking about right now.
Yeah.
If you're all the way out in some middle of nowhere, then you have no idea what we're talking about, and you're missing out.
You're missing out. Truly
missing out on all the options. Gluten, non-GMO, gluten-free, non-soy, non-dairy, non-protein.
Diablo chicken.
Jalapeno Jack.
Jalapeno Jack.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious, man.
Phenomenal.
I'm excited for this.
I'm really excited for this show too. For those of you guys watching as well, we're going to dive into it. We're going to talk about a bunch of stuff: life, liberty,
YouTube.
the pursuit of happhappiness. Clark's stuff's going to be, his information's going to be in the link description down below. Definitely go check him out. He's at 310,000 subscribers. Like 309.
309.
He'll be at 310. He'll be at 320 by the time you watch the show.
We got to downgrade him.
Yeah. So let's dive into that a little bit, Clark. I mean, we were talking about, obviously before the show went live, you were saying you've been on YouTube for quite a while.
Yeah.
I mean, you've been doing YouTube, I think you were saying, for like 5 years.
Yeah.
I know that we were kind of talking a little bit before the show too about YouTube and like if we wanted to get into that or not, but I think it's a good start and something good that we could get into. For sure. And then obviously that'll take us to a bunch of different stuff. But what got you into YouTube? I guess would be my question. Like, why
what
YouTube?
Inspired you?
5 years ago. I mean, what would it? So 2015.
Yeah, I posted my first video in 2011, actually. And what got me into it was just a weird story. You want the long, short, or medium version?
Dude, give it to me. Just however you want to give it to me.
All right, so I was born in 1991.
Okay.
And, no.
Yeah.
Take it all the way back.
Yeah, okay. Were you really born in 91, though?
Yeah, I was.
Okay, so now people know how old you are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
29?
All right. Do the math. You got to do the math in your head.
Yeah.
20,
you got
about to be 29.
So I got into it because I wanted to be a rock star.
Okay.
And this is bizarre.
Like,
so
literally a rock star?
A rock star.
Yeah. I could see it, though. I still see it to this day. Because you still do that.
Yeah. So I wanted to be a rock star.
Sure.
And no one wanted to be in bands. Everyone was doing drugs or whatever, alcohol. It's hard to get a group of guys to sit in a room on a common goal and do this for years to get successful being a rock star.
For sure.
So I'm like, fuck this. I'm going to do it on my own. So I started posting my first drum covers on YouTube.
Yeah.
And my very first YouTube video, dude, I'd love to say it was like polished. It was like 3 million
Sexy.
views.
Yeah.
Nice. Came across.
Sheesh.
You know what it was?
Tall, handsome, and skinny.
It was me shirtless drumming to Paramore, Misery Business. Like literally in my mom's garage, shirtless playing the drums, but I had to flex before because I was shirtless.
You did push-ups.
Baby oiled
Curls
myself.
for the girls.
Push-ups.
Yeah. Flip the camera on.
It's hilarious.
100%.
Cringe.
All right.
That's the very first video, right?
Ladies.
All trying to be a rock
2011, 9 years ago.
Yes.
Okay.
Went to college, and my roommate on graduation day gave me the 4-hour work week. I'm sure you guys read that, right?
Man.
Right? That launched me into being a wantrepreneur, right?
Yep.
I wanted it. I didn't know how. I didn't really have a business. I wasn't an entrepreneur. I was a wantrepreneur.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
And so
we talked about that yesterday.
What were you going to college for?
Exercise science.
Okay, got it.
Exercise science.
Yeah, graduated.
Yeah.
Small little
So you're
school.
a smart motherfucker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Don't ask my girlfriend. She'll tell you otherwise.
I like it.
In this room.
Yeah,
maybe.
100%. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, so Rockstar, college.
Okay.
I'm like, fuck, this dream is not going to happen. And so I started posting a lot of YouTube videos, like kind of what you see now.
Yeah.
But in the health and wellness space, right?
Yeah.
And it finally got picked up by a podcast. They reached out to me like, hey, Clark, we like your content. We want to do a podcast.
Interesting.
Yeah. We'll pay you to do it.
Ooh.
So I'm like, fuck yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm already
absolutely.
doing this for free.
Yeah,
Now I get 600 an episode to produce this show.
Yeah,
let's
I'm
roll.
interviewing
I'm
Wim
down.
Hof,
Yeah.
Dave
Yeah.
Asprey, Mark Sisson, the who's who in like health and wellness space.
Sheesh.
20-year-old kid in a dorm room with like in my boxers like this,
Yeah.
but just like interviewing. I'm trying to be all
Yeah.
professional.
Yeah.
And then I graduated college, and then rock bottom kind of hits. Like, didn't know what I wanted to do. I was freelancing, still entrepreneur, still wanted to be a rock star, all this stuff.
Yeah.
I go into this coffee shop one day, and this guy is like really down. I'm like, dude, what's wrong? He's like, life sucks, man. I'm like, whoa, that's a weird way to start a conversation.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I literally just lost my job. And I'm like, oh shit. And when you like think of someone and then they text you, or you get a call or something, I'm like, oh, I'm about to lose that job.
Yeah.
And so I open my laptop, and right there in the front is, hey, we're cutting the show.
No way.
Yeah.
So
and that was you.
That was me.
Got it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, shit, man.
Yeah.
That was my dream, to be an entrepreneur and do this freelance thing. Now I have nothing. I'm 30K in debt. I'm in my mom's basement.
Okay.
My dreams of being a rock star failed. Literally everything is ripped out from under me.
Right.
My girlfriend of 2 years broke up with me, and she handed me this book that was, the message of it was like how to get your shit together in your 20s.
Yeah.
Oof.
You stupid loser.
Do you remember what book it was?
I probably need a couple of those.
Yeah, it's called The Defining Decade.
The Defining Decade. How old were you when this happened?
I was like 21.
21. Okay. All right.
So just feeling like a complete loser
Sure.
in mom's basement. Had the dreams here, but my reality was here.
Yeah,
Sure.
for sure.
And I realized, like, okay, I've done YouTube for other people. I've done it for other people and stuff. I know how to do this. So why don't I do it for myself?
Yep.
And that's really when I started going hard and learning these tactics that we're going to talk about today.
Yeah.
And within 350 days of like recommitting to that, I had over 102,000 subscribers.
Wow.
Okay.
And I don't know.
Within 300 days?
Yeah.
Just under 350.
350.
Yeah, just under a year.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I have a screenshot that I took and proven it and stuff.
That's
I didn't
cool.
bring it with me.
For sure.
But the
That's
coolest thing, dude, is like, now we're at 310,000 subscribers, but I to bring this full circle for the people watching is like YouTube is the vehicle. So, and I'm not saying any of this to brag.
Yep.
So that podcast, that failed experience right there with getting fired from the podcast.
Yeah.
Well, now on my channel, I'm using that experience to interview people like Dean Graziosi or Paul Chek.
Yep.
And we're doing an interview show just like this. So
Yeah.
that was a win.
Right.
Getting starting my Refusing to Settle channel when it had nothing. Now we have 310,000 people that are badass and we're impacting.
Yeah.
But then the coolest thing, dude, is, I wanted to be a rock star. That failed channel of being a rock star will get this.
Okay.
And this is bizarre, man. But this is the universe.
Here it goes.
So those videos were posted like 8 years ago. Cringe to the max.
Yeah.
I get a tweet in my inbox one day
Okay.
from Andrew WK. And he says, hey, our drummer just dropped.
Okay.
We saw your video.
Okay.
We want you to come tour with us.
No way.
And I was like, dude, there is no way this is real.
Yeah.
But I flew to LA and I'm in the band and I
Yeah.
tour 6 months out of the year and the rest is history. All from a cringe
that is
drum
insane.
cover
Yeah.
10 years ago, dude.
Yeah.
Insanity.
Yeah.
So that right there is like, dude, like YouTube's a vehicle beyond just money, but like if you put yourself out there, I firmly believe that it'll come back to you.
Yeah.
Whether that's podcasts, whether that's money, whether that's drums, whether that's your dreams.
Yeah.
And we have the tool now.
Relationships.
So I just share that story because
That's
people out
amazing.
there.
No, that's amazing.
Just out of curiosity, because you talk about 309,000 subscribers, kind of loosely and lightly, what does that actually mean to you? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, that's a great question. So I think when people are like getting into entrepreneurship or social media, right, it's all about metrics and flexing and numbers and stuff. And you're like, man, if I could just have 10,000, like that's enough people to care to where I can do that. I don't know.
Been there, done that.
Yeah. And then what happens when you hit 10,000?
Yeah, it's another day.
It's another day. And then there's a new goal immediately.
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
And I thought, if I could just get that silver play button, that's the thing I can flex when you get 100,000, they send you that plaque. And I'm like, I just want that silver play button because then I've made it. And that ex-girlfriend who proved me wrong, like I'll show her. And all these people that never believed in me, right?
Haters.
100%.
And so you get it, and then you're like, all right, well, this is a hunk of plastic.
Yeah, for sure.
And so 310,000 is kind of like, I'm thankful for it. That's 6 football stadiums, right? Like that image is crazy. I'm grateful for it, but I know that no matter what the number is, it's not at the core of why you do it.
Yeah, 1,000,000%.
For sure.
That's cool. I love that answer. I'm looking at some of your videos here for those of you guys watching. These are 8 years ago. That's pretty crazy to think about.
That's nuts.
I like that you've left this on your channel, by the way. Is there any I guess, is there any actual from a YouTube perspective, like the actual, like the algorithm, is there a reason that you would want to leave videos like that public?
That's a good question. I don't know if it has anything to do with like authority because you've been posting for 8 years. I doubt it, but I just do it from the principle of like, look, when I see people,
here's where I came from.
I want to know the journey. And so
Yeah.
I think it's cool, man. So I've deleted some, but shit, I'm just like, hey, whatever.
Depression, cats, and American fireworks. I like that.
Yeah, man.
I like that a lot.
That's a vlog from living on a farm in Hawaii.
Yeah.
When I was broke.
This is cool though, man. Like, you know what I mean? There's not a lot of people that that are willing to leave stuff like that up, right? Like even me, sometimes I look back at my old stuff. I'm like, man, I really got to delete that, right? And so I think it's really cool.
Cool, man. Yeah, thanks.
That's super badass.
I appreciate that.
What is your goal on YouTube then? Obviously, because you call it a vehicle, right? I'm assuming that YouTube is your main vehicle
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah,
right?
it's the main traffic source.
Yeah, main traffic
I don't
source.
do. I mean, we were talking before this. I don't do like Instagram or TikTok or Snapchat, like a little bit of Facebook and stuff. But like
email marketing, you do.
Email marketing, I do. So it's crazy because a lot of entrepreneurs are watching the show. Maybe you're in your first 12 months. Maybe you're like you hear Gary Vee, which is great, and he knows way more than probably all of us combined, right? And more experience. But like you hear this thing of like hustle and be everywhere, and you got to go for it and stuff. But I feel like that's diluting yourself across so many different platforms.
Sure.
So I feel like it makes more sense to focus when you're a solopreneur or someone who doesn't have a team, like, I don't know what he has, 16 people to manage one social media account. Like, doesn't it make more sense to just go all in with what you love, man? So for me, video was natural. Video is great. I watch YouTube and it's had success. So I guess the goal, man, is, just to focus on YouTube, make that the one thing, really concise. We sell products through that, through email marketing and stuff.
Right.
Between that, it's very simple.
Yeah,
it works.
Yeah, 1,000,000%. I love that, dude. So what is like the different things? I've seen you have like a journal. You do something with journaling, right? Yeah. So is that like a course, or is that like showing people essentially how to journal, which I think is kind of cool, right? So I started looking into journaling, like 90 days ago, maybe 180 days, probably 6 months ago. And when you Google like journaling, there's just a bunch of girls that are bullet journaling, and really when you watch the videos, they're drawing. It's like a draw, like they're not even journaling. I watch some of these videos by these girls. I'm like, you know how long it would take to do what they do? Like they sit there and they draw like one title, and it's like has to look pretty and oh my god. And so
they hide it under their mattress from their older brother. Exactly, it's pink. I know.
So what I liked your version of journaling because it was more real. I think like for that, and not to be sexist, but I think it was more tailored towards like men, right? Like
it is,
because it's like, hey, like you're probably not going to journal like these girls and like they're all fancy and whatever.
Photos.
So that's pretty cool.
Talk about it.
And I actually ended up buying a journal after I watched your videos, so that was dope. So what is like?
I gotta give you the one we actually use. I got a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Should have brought that.
1,000,000%.
Next time.
So is there a lot of I'd imagine you helped a lot of people then. You helped to do me, obviously you had to help a lot of people.
Yeah, thanks, man. That's sick. And that's kind of the goal with it. Like I feel like the people who need the stuff the most aren't normally looking for it.
Got it.
That's
right?
true.
Which is
you
weird.
Don't know what you don't know.
Especially you don't know what you don't know. Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah.
I feel like dudes need journaling the most and can benefit them the most. And it's not like, airy fairy woo woo stuff. It's like concrete, like productivity or goal setting. Like that is all in the journal. And there's no rules with it. That's the thing. And I never thought I'd be a 20-year-old dude on YouTube talking about journaling. But again, you try things, people pick up on it, and then you start doing more of it.
Right.
And I think journaling too, Clark, is quite it's relevant right now. You know what I mean? Like a lot of talks on our other A&A shows, we talk about social media. And social media, I think journaling is a good cause or a good like defense to social media, because on social media we're stuck comparing to the boys. They got the Lambos, they got the Ferraris, they got the good looking women.
At least
they got
you think they do.
At least you think they do, right? You know, they got the mansion in Hollywood Hills, and you're like, dude, that's not me, bro. But I got a 5,000 square foot office, and this, that, and third. Where journaling, you can actually write down
look back at where you come from.
Right. You know what I mean? Which honestly, one is something, once you get in, I mean, it takes 21 days to make a habit, right? Once you do journaling for 21 days, then you read yesterday's, you reflect. And that's something entrepreneurs don't even do today.
Well, and if you look at the track record, we all know the quote, success leaves clues, right?
Yeah.
Einstein, Da Vinci,
they all had a journal.
Gandhi, Bill Gates, Oprah, like all these people, all these successful figures and successful men. If guys are like, oh, journaling, what the heck? Like, dude, some of the most successful men
in the world.
And Bill Gates back in like 98 or something. I know this because I wrote a sales page on journaling. He paid like $30.8 million for a couple pages of Da Vinci's Kodak Lancaster because it's so valuable. You scanned it and now they're free online. So what that's saying is like journals are like
spend a 30 million.
Real.
You guys go.
Here you go.
What is that again? What is that?
I think it's the Kodak Lancaster. Da Vinci was crazy, man. He had journals and journals.
You can buy that right now?
No. I mean, I think it's free online.
Yeah,
you just Google it. The pages are scanned. I think it's in Latin or something. Good luck.
Hard to read. Hire somebody
to
translate it for you.
Little Friday morning.
Nothing you can't get. You get
take it to a coffee
Fiverr
shop
and figure that out.
Fiverr.
That's what everybody's good at, is watching this anyways, you know?
Exactly.
I love it, dude. I love it. No, I love the fact that you were able to literally, and what's cool about what you've done is you started with YouTube. It was your passion. You wanted to do it, right? You wanted to give value. You wanted to like become this, like you had this vision of what you wanted to do. And then throughout over the course of time, there's been things that people have picked up on that they've loved, which you've just done more of, and then actually turned it into a business.
Yeah.
Which is super cool. Because I think a lot of people, right, in today's day and age, in 2020 at least, they get into business solely to make money, right? Which I'm not saying is right or wrong.
Yeah, for
you know,
sure.
but that's the reality of it, right? It's just like, hey, I want to make $1 million bucks. What's the fastest vehicle that'll get me there?
Yeah.
But you've almost done it a little bit differently, right? You've actually done what you were passionate about, and that's turned into a lot of money, obviously, right?
Well, I think it's backwards, actually. I would not give people the advice to do what I did from day one.
Got it.
Like, we were talking before this, how, you guys
That's
are
encouraging.
legit legit entrepreneurs who have an ATM business, right? Have success in that, and now you're transitioning online to build a social presence.
Right.
That's respectable, right?
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm a fraud or a failure because like we have success on there now and we sell successful products online.
Yeah.
But I'm saying it's a little backwards when you see people. It's just very transparent, right? Like you see people online talking about making money who are making money online.
Yeah.
Like is that bananas to anyone?
Yeah, it's crazy.
How does this work? If everyone followed that model, we'd all just be talking about making money online.
Right.
Yeah,
Or my favorite is like, I give YouTube advice.
Yeah.
But I've actually done it before I started talking about
talk
YouTube
about
advice.
For sure.
There's people
That's
who build
sweet.
their entire channel and they become a guru in like the YouTube space, which is really weird.
Yeah.
Just talking about how to YouTube.
Yeah,
It's like, what? How does this work?
You've never YouTube.
You've
Now
never
you YouTube.
Now,
for sure.
You
So
know?
I don't know. I think people are way too quick to step out and teach.
Right.
And like, it's good. It's noble. It is. And share from where you're at, though, is the key.
Sure.
And not trying to bullshit.
Be real with people, right?
Be real.
Be authentic.
That's,
you know what I mean?
that's the root.
And if anything, authenticity is going to get you further. I think people they're fearful of that. They're fearful of the outcome. And we were talking about this when we had lunch, right? It's like, what are people going to think of me? Or like, what, oh my God, like I'm going to be exposed and they're going to know the truth. And then once there's the truth, then there's nothing else. Like there's no other version of me I can give them, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, that in itself is probably the best route to go. It's just a scarier route to go.
It is scary because when you are authentic, and we talked about this, Austin, I love this point because like, okay, we get on YouTube, there's a camera there.
Yep.
It's normal to be nervous. It's your first couple times doing it.
Yeah.
Then after you do it, right, you get some confidence and so you go back. Now the next challenge that comes up is who am I behind that camera? Like how is my voice? Am I actually being myself, my authentic self?
Right.
I think a lot of times, and it was for me too, I was doing suits and scripts and all this stuff, like we wear these masks as a form of hiding and we make all these excuses like, oh no, this is what gets me popular, or I'm paying to the mainstream, or like this is how I get views and help more people. But what that really is just a form of hiding because if we put our true self out there and we really share from our core and people actually don't like it, then they actually don't like us. That sucks.
And you got to live with that, right?
And you got to live with the fact that there's people
sure.
out there who legit don't like you. But man, I'd say for every one of those comments I get, there's like 1,000 positive ones.
Exactly.
Right.
But our brains cling on that.
Yeah,
I show my girlfriend
like,
sometimes. Look at this email I got.
Look at this guy.
I mean, I'm like everyone else.
You can't make everybody happy, man.
Right. But it's hard to remember that sometimes.
Yeah.
I love that though, right? Like I love that. And I think, going, and we were talking about this a little bit, but like going into 2020, be authentic, be real, be you. I think that moving forward is gonna go more like viral than anything, right? We're already seeing it with some platform, like even like TikTok, right? A lot of what's on TikTok is pretty freaking like authentic. Like
it's raw.
there's not it's really raw, right? Because it's just like quick video, or whatever. Like there's really not a lot of like filter or like edits you can do. It's just like real quick,
For sure.
So like I think we're gonna see that more on YouTube though and stuff of like people that are just like, hey, like lose all the bullshit.
Okay, here's a question for both of you.
Yeah.
Where's the line between being authentic and vulnerable, which is important, and oversharing?
Right.
Oversharing. I like that. I think when you know, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think, at the same time, I don't know if, and now obviously, I mean, I only have a couple thousand subscribers on YouTube, so I mean, I definitely need to talk to. But I mean, I think even on Instagram too, 'cause I love this topic, I love this conversation, because I think this also goes back to, like, don't get me wrong, I believe in happiness, but I don't think you can just be a happy motherfucker all the time.
No.
I think of like you know, moments of joy, right? But I truly do believe that you being unauthentic and us giving, and dude, this was him and I'll be honest, like, dude, we gave a shit about our edits, like, I mean, it had to be perfect.
Yeah.
If there was 3 seconds in that video, dude, out.
No, we ain't
can't
posting
it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right?
If that Instagram photo showed a little bit of my stomach because I did gain 25 pounds, I wasn't gonna post the photo.
No.
Because I was like, dude, this is what. But again, I think being authentic and real, and just not even like almost like, I don't know, like collecting fucks in a sense, right?
Yeah.
Like rather than us just distributing fucks.
Equal fuck distribution.
Yeah, equal fuck distribution.
Like, you know what I mean? You got to figure that line out.
People are just rather than giving a fuck, then just make it, do it happy. Just do what makes you happy.
Yeah.
And I think that translates over, like when I'm more authentic and I post a caption that swears like 4 or 5 times because I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I'm like fired up about it.
Yeah.
And of course, we're still gonna get that.
And
hate.
you do get a hater or 2 or 3.
You're still gonna get the hate.
You know,
but God, dude, if
you're gonna get it either way.
You're gonna get it either way.
Yeah.
You know
so
what I mean?
drawing the line, I mean, like to your point, I love that answer, by the way. It just depends on like what's the line, like, or like what is like too much, because like, I mean, at the end of the day, like I don't know that there is, for me, right? Like, is there too much? I mean, maybe when you start going like talking, like you probably aren't gonna want to like show pictures of like your bank account and shit, right? Like. It's like, because that's
here's
like,
my passwords, guys.
Yeah,
I'm just being really authentic.
Yeah.
You can log in for yourself.
Here you are.
Yeah,
don't blame me. Here's
my social security number, and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
No, like, like obviously like be reasonable with it, I think. But, I think at the end of the day, like everything else, man, like, look, if people want to figure it out, they're going to figure it out either way. You may as well just share it with them. I like, you ever see those people that like, they'll put a sticky note above their camera because they're like, the government's watching me.
Yeah.
And so they got like a thing over their thing. It's like, if the government's watching you, they're going to watch
you.
They're
They're
going
gonna
to
watch you either way.
They're going to come into your office in the middle of the night and they're going to put some shit.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? I think that's just my opinion, right? Like at the end of the
sure.
day, if somebody wants to know, they're going to know.
Yeah.
So I think you spending all the time and energy trying to prevent people from seeing is like they already see.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about it, right? Like with the whole weight thing, because I gained weight too at one point. Like we all go through seasons or whatever.
Yeah.
But somebody told me once, they're like, Austin, that's what you look like in real life. Everybody's already seen you that way.
Yeah.
They're like, you posting a picture of it.
They
already
ain't gonna change nothing.
They ain't gonna change nothing. They see you every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're like, you're just in your own mind thinking that they don't. They're like, that's how you look in real life.
Yeah.
If that's how you look in a picture, that's how you look in real life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for
and
sure.
I was just like, man, that's the damn truth, right?
Yeah,
Like that's the damn truth. You may as well just own it.
Yeah.
And put it out there, right? And be like, hey, this is where I'm at.
Yeah.
This is what happened.
Yeah.
And here you go.
Yeah. And I think too, just to bounce off that too, Zub, is I think a lot of people are kind of that way with money.
Yeah.
You know, like they don't want you to. They're kind of they're pulled back in a sense a little bit because they don't want you to know.
Right.
What, that they have it or don't have it, or
either way.
Either way, right?
Like how they're making it, or
all the above.
All the above. Like it's almost like a timid. It's a timid
especially
situation.
in the U.S.
Yeah, 100%.
Other countries aren't like
it's
that.
timid,
No.
and honestly, we see it all the time on YouTube too.
Yeah.
Like they're afraid to say, "Hey, my course is in the link below."
Oh, selling. Well, that's another
even that,
too.
right?
Yeah.
But it's like I almost think, bro, I've seen YouTubers. I don't want to call nobody out.
Yeah.
But I've seen YouTubers that do like how much I made on YouTube, and I know for a fact. That it's edited. I know for a fact, bro.
Yeah.
Just because I know, right? Like I know what their CPM is.
Yeah.
They forget a comma.
Yeah. Like, dude, I know, right?
Sure.
Because they're trying to like downplay. And I'm not saying upplay. I know dudes that are downplaying. The other direction, right? Because they want to be more relatable. More people will buy their shit.
And people
the more
aren't idiots.
relatable they
People
are.
aren't idiots.
Yeah.
They see 309,000 subscribers. They're like, dude, this cat's a baller.
Yeah.
Some way, shape, or form, he's a baller.
I think people downplay it because they want to be more relatable, and more people buy your shit these days when you're more relatable.
When you're more raw.
Yeah. So I know people that don't go out and buy exotic cars and shit right now. Like I know 10 people off the top of my head that either don't do it or they do it and they don't show social media.
Yeah.
Because less people would buy their shit if they drove a Lamborghini right now.
Yeah, isn't it funny how the tables have turned?
The tables have totally turned.
I mean, 5 years ago.
It was all.
You had to have the Lambo. You had to do the whole thing. And I'm not saying it doesn't work. Like there's anomalies in both sides for sure.
Like
you'll see the dude now that I said that, like Dan Locke or somebody will post a video. Actually, I don't think I can say his name. Make sure we cut that out. I think I'll get. I think he
copyrighted his name.
But anyways, there's a couple people out there, right? That at the end of the day, that'll do it anyways and go viral. But for sure, you can't say his name.
Yeah, no, you can't say his name
on YouTube. No. He copyrighted his name.
Yeah, copyrighted his name.
We can say all that. We just can't say his name. We can talk about him. I could beat around the bush all day long.
Yeah, you guys know who we're talking about.
But we're not even monetized anyway. So the hell with it.
But when we do get monetized, we'll get demonetized.
We want this thing to go viral.
Yeah.
But dude, I love it, bro. I love diving into this because what I love about your YouTube channel, Clark, and I've studied you. Like I watched you like pre-hitting you up. up, I'm like, dude, like, who's this Clark guy? Well, and I knew you were moving to Scottsdale, right? I'm like, and you know, successful people want to be around other successful people, right? So I'm like, hey, this could be a new like friend that we hang out with, right? Like that we go out with
and drink with, man.
Yeah, you know. And so,
maybe we can go to Tukaya.
But what I love about, exactly, right? What I love about it is, though, it's like, dude, you're one of the more real people that I've seen in a long time. I've seen so many people that try to script it and do this and do that and do the other thing. And I just feel like when you start talking, like, you'll just kind of like go on a rant, or you'll talk about what, like, you know, and you'll be in front of the flip chart, or you'll be in front of whatever. And I love that, dude. Like, I just think it's so dope.
I like that.
So
I got a question for you, Clark.
Go for it.
I want to kind of like dive into, you know, I mean, we also I can have you sit here all day, but I kind of want to dive into like some personal questions for you too, and then we can kind of like revert back into the YouTube side, and the business side of things.
Bank account, you want me to pull it up?
Exactly. I want to see if you have any.
Yeah.
Oh, ooh, we got a coin in there.
50 cents in there.
That's right, baby.
Holy
Come
cow.
on, get
I
rich,
like that a lot.
rich or die trying. But my question is like, you know, in terms of the personal life, right? Because obviously YouTube is a business, especially at the level that you're at. What does the personal life look like in a sense of like, because you know, we know a lot of people, and you know, again, we're not going to shout out any names, but like YouTube runs their life. But and don't get me wrong, like our businesses run our life. Like I'm not afraid to say that. I'm not saying that the person that just does YouTube and it runs their life, that I'm not saying that that's bad. I'm just saying, like, what does that personal life look like on your end of things with 309,000
Do you have
subscribers?
work-life balance? Is it?
Yeah, that's something I struggle with a lot. Is just up front. Like I am identified with what I do.
Right.
And my whole identity is this. And I've actually, in the last probably 6 to 12 months, really had to take a step back and practice some health practices and meditation and be like, all right, how do you distance yourself from this identity, like, of 310,000 subscribers, which is just so stupid. Like, you don't want to be identified as a number, but like, I am a YouTuber, right?
Right.
Yeah.
What? Who am I without that?
Right.
I
YouTube
am a
goes
drummer.
away tomorrow. Then what? Is your whole self-worth gone in a day?
Exactly.
Right.
And so really trying to go back to the core and like not having that. And then in terms of a personal life, I mean, it's been tough in like relationships, for example, right? I've been in several long-term ones. And every time, like, the thing that I'm with a great woman now, I love her, but every time, you know, it starts off, and this is what entrepreneurs happen. They're attracted to you by your ambition, and they love it. And like, wow, he's passionate. He's on a mission. He's going somewhere.
He's changing the world.
Yeah.
And then what happens when they're around it for 6 months? They're repulsed by your ambition. You work too much.
Yeah.
I don't always want to talk about work.
Right.
And so that's been a huge challenge too, just personally. And I think a lot of people can relate, is like not bringing that into your relationship.
Which is hard.
And they're not your coworker. You know, they're not your processing buddy. So you need friends outside of it to like go to and hit up and talk business.
That's weird.
For sure.
But then it's a whole other there's a whole other conversation too, because you don't want your friends to only be about business.
Right.
It's crazy, man.
It's a total catch-22.
It's not easy.
No.
This stuff in 2020 and like social media and what we do is not easy, because every relationship you have is tainted by business. And I love it. You know, we live and breathe it. It's our thing. But like, who are we without it? That's a question.
And can you even define that? You know what I mean? Like, for people watching and listening, what does that even look like? I don't even know that I know what that looks like.
I mean, me and Zaback go to smoke a cigar. We're like, all right, bro, we're going to give ourselves at least an hour.
Yeah.
No business, no nothing. Dude,
3 minutes later.
We walk into that sucker. We light up that. So anyways, bro, this is what's going on here. This is where we're at.
I'm like,
even talking sports. You know, it's like, how much money does he make? What if they did it this way? How much would you invest? I know. Maybe it's just dudes. I don't know. Maybe we can't escape it.
It must be a guy thing.
I know.
I don't think girls struggle with that.
So if there's a girl watching this and you guys start a YouTube channel, just make sure and credit the three of the boys that you're talking to right now. That's probably a pretty good thing that you guys probably could start.
Yeah. Exactly. No, I love it. No, that's really interesting. So
what do you do with your girlfriend then, bro? How long you been together in a long-term relationship? What's that look and feel like?
Yeah, coming up on a year. And we moved from Seattle, where I was, to Scottsdale. And so this has been a whole other challenge too.
Best decision of your life, my friend.
It's awesome. I'm significantly happier here in Scottsdale with the sun, with the environment.
Hey, this is where we salt our margaritas, not our sidewalks, baby.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Yeah, I like that line.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I mean, I was born and raised in Seattle, so I love it. But I lived in this kind of like little 3 to 5 mile radius. I went to college there. I went to high school there. All my schools there. Parents are there. So, and then, you know, I went and traveled all around the world and stuff. Lived in Asia for probably 6 months, Hawaii and all that stuff. And the band, obviously. So I've left and gone back. But what was really refreshing and like a challenge I want to give people is, if they're stuck, check your environment.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I was stuck. I was in this rut of like the same grind of YouTube, this, and like only so much I can talk about, like what next?
Yeah. Right.
And I'm like, it's time for a radical shift. Yeah. So let me get out of this environment and move to Scottsdale, Arizona.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yachtsdale, baby.
Right.
Right.
That was a year ago.
And
no, that was just now.
This is a
month ago.
Oh,
or 2 months
really?
ago. Yeah. You just moved here. Yeah.
I'm
you're
new.
brand new.
Oh,
I'm new. But changing the environment has been huge.
Right.
Just for everything. Sure. I love it. I love bold moves like that. Like it's crazy.
What, did your girlfriend grow up in Seattle as well?
Yeah, up north.
Okay.
And so her whole family was there and everything. Yeah. But she's got a job where she can transfer really easily.
Cool. And was it like a mutual decision? Were you guys both like kind of over it, or was it one person more than the other?
It was definitely me. I came down here with Brian, and I'm like, I love it. Let's go. And she was like, no, I don't want to go. And I'm like, I don't want to go without you, but at the same time, I'm moving.
Yeah, 100%. I like that. Yeah.
But
so it's like, look, here's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, here's what's going down.
One way or another.
Yeah, she's great though. We get along great, and it's awesome having her. I wouldn't want anyone else here.
And she got a job transfer.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
What'd she do?
She does like freelance makeup. So she's really high level. Yeah.
Interesting.
So if we need,
a makeup YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of them out there though.
But it's funny. I've talked to a lot of guys too. Your girlfriend will not take business advice from you.
Yeah.
It just doesn't happen. No matter how much you do it, but then someone else will come along. She's like,
give her the same advice.
I watched this how-to YouTube video, and it was great, and I'm gonna do. I'm like,
and they'll be fired up.
I get paid $10,000 to work with people.
Right.
What do I know?
You don't know anything.
What do I know?
I
have a whole studio here, but
I don't know.
It's hilarious.
I only have 309,000 subscribers. I don't know what I know.
Built this from the ground up.
That's interesting. What do you guys do for fun here, bro?
I don't know yet.
Yeah. I mean, we're just moving here. So honestly, like making friends has been a bit of a challenge. And
what do you look for in a friend? I'm just curious now. I mean, you're making friends. Shit, dude. This is my friend.
No, but for real.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
I think it's good to have a mix of people who are in business and out of business for the reasons we talked about earlier.
Okay.
Yep.
So like childhood friends are definitely out of business who like know you and stuff. And then in business so you can get pushed and whatnot.
Right.
But what I look for in a friend is like, I don't know, man. I love people. I don't know if playing at your level is the right way to say it, right? But they have the same ambition as you. I can get along with anybody as long as they have ambition. If you don't have ambition and you're just lazy, settling, I can't relate to that.
I can't even talk to you.
Your channel's refusing to settle. So
Right.
I mean,
for sure.
Yeah, that'd be real tough.
And settling too with like friends and stuff, it's like settling isn't just like eating Cheetos on a couch and whatever or whatnot. Like refusing to settle isn't just more because that's a trap we fall into. It's like it's never good enough. And the Buddhists have a saying, they call that hungry ghosts.
I like that a lot.
Because they're trying to eat, but like Casper, just if you're a ghost, you don't have anything.
Right.
So it goes through
There's
you.
no substance.
There's nothing in there because you're a ghost.
Yeah.
Do you guys get
sure.
Right. Yeah. 1,000,000%.
But I think that's important too.
100%.
Knowing when it's enough.
I like that a lot. So that's what you're looking for in friends. And are you finding some friends out here? Are there some different dudes?
I'm so lonely.
Dude, yeah.
No, I have a lot of friends here. Like a decent amount.
Scottsdale's it's an interesting place. You're gonna learn real quick. You know, everybody knows everybody. Okay. And
especially if you are somebody.
And they either love you or they hate you. But nothing in between. Nothing in between. Yeah, dude. They either love you or hate you. Oh, dude, beef.
The Valley's got some beef.
The Valley's got some beef, man. And you gotta bury the beef.
Because I mean, you're
talking. Who says that? You gotta bury the beef.
Bury
the beef.
The beef.
This is in a show that I watched one time. He got in trouble with HR because he's like, we need to bury the beef. And she's like, anyways, there's a whole thing.
That's funny.
You got any stories about that I should be careful of? Like
in terms of
like how do people not get liked here?
Dude,
what do I need to avoid?
It's the ego. It's just ego.
You drive a white Huracan, he drives a nicer white Huracan.
Yeah, it's just
ego. I mean? You got beef, bro.
Dude, you just got to do you. You got to do you. I think in Arizona, you know, I was born and raised here.
And people talk, man.
People talk, you know, but you just have to do you, bro. Like do you, do what makes you happy at the end of the day, and that's all that matters, right? Like I've learned that the hard way. You know, you can't, but like that's just in general, right? No matter where you live,
no matter where you live,
like you know, if you're focused on other people's like opinion of you, then you're never gonna be happy.
Never gonna be happy, man.
You know, because you can't control that, right?
Right.
You can only control what you do. Right. You know, what people think of you is on them, right? Like that is not on you. You know, regardless of if you make a bad decision or whatever, like that's your bad decision, but then own that. But like that still doesn't like matter. It just still doesn't matter what other people think, right? So, but that's just like a generality that I feel like everybody should live by, right?
100%.
So. I love it, dude. What would your advice to like upcoming entrepreneurs be? You know, people that want to get into internet marketing, people that want to be an entrepreneur. You know, maybe they want to get out of the 9-to-5. They want to, you know, they want to work for themselves, right? They want to do their own thing. You know, is there a certain direction? I know you said a little while ago, right? You're like, look, you actually said, we were talking about it. You're like, I would do the opposite of what I did. So what would you tell them to do?
Yeah. So I would Okay, there's two different things. So if you want to be an influencer, social media
ladies
stuff
and gentlemen.
with YouTube, then that's a different conversation. But if you want to be an entrepreneur, that's a different conversation. So this one, I would say freelance, get some skills, freelance for people, learn it yourself, and make some money, because it's hard. No matter what people say about like, oh, burn the ships, all in. Dude, I did that multiple times. And every time it left me anxious and not wanting to work on my business. So I think get a part-time job and don't be ashamed of working a job while you do your entrepreneur stuff on the side.
Yeah, for sure.
And then slowly transition out and go full-time.
I like
when
that a
you
lot.
can't afford to work your part-time job, that's a cool day.
Yeah.
For sure.
So there's no shame in a job.
Right.
That's
not at all.
That's the first thing I would say.
And then you're not stressed out, right?
Yeah.
Like
that subconscious
you can
is a little
pay
bit freer.
you can pay your bills, you know. You're not like moving back home with mom and dad, you know, or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that a
so
lot.
I think that's the first thing. I mean, if you want to talk about like how to grow a YouTube channel, I don't know. Yeah, how much time we got?
Go for it, bro. We're good. I mean, okay, so real quick, do you have time? Do you have a minute?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, let's say somebody's brand new, right? They're brand new and they want to get on YouTube. They want to grow a channel. I mean, dude, what do they do?
Okay.
What do they do? Do they buy a channel? Here's a big one. You know how people will buy a channel that's already monetized. They'll change the name of it.
I've heard of that.
But it's already but it's in like a different niche. It'll be like the Fortnite niche, but they'll delete all the videos and then they'll you know, it like, or do you just say start from scratch, like, you know?
I mean, you can't skip steps.
Right.
It's like even if you get handed a channel with 100,000 subscribers and you don't know how to use it, that's like a 14-year-old getting your Huracan.
Yeah.
You know, so
can't drive it.
I mean, just start from scratch. There's no shame in starting. And
like
you know,
that.
people even try and hide subscribers if you go into advanced.
I've seen that a lot.
I'm like, dude, there's no shame around it. Like that's all ego. So just start and be authentic. So what I would say, more tactical stuff, right?
Got it.
You got to know where you want to go. All right. So your niche.
Okay.
Right. What could you talk about on a Saturday night that people are already searching? That you're a few beers deep and you can't stop ranting about.
Got it.
What do you consume?
What are you passionate about?
Check your credit card statements. What are you spending a disproportionate amount of your money on?
Yep.
You know.
That might not be monetizable. You know.
Might not be monetizable.
You know.
The strip club YouTube channel, baby.
Yeah.
But like seriously, like look at your bookshelf. What books are you reading? What conversations? So like that's good gauges right there.
For sure.
The next part 2 is I would find 5 dream channels.
Ooh, we talked about this. I like this a lot.
So dream channels. Like
what's a dream channel?
Like you had a magic genie in a lamp, you rub it, and you get to take over their channel with that wish. So now you're in their position, you're running their channel, whatever that is.
Right.
I wouldn't say it's like a top dog like Gary Vee, Grant Cardone, you know, DL.
Somebody that's like just a normal dude that doesn't have like this crazy freaking team behind him.
Right.
You know?
So I would say like an everyday person, like, you know, an influencer or whatever that you could trade places with. Now, here's what you do. We can do this too.
Yeah.
So if you go, you're on my channel. Let's just use this as the, actually stay there.
Okay. What do you mean to do?
This is the first thing I would do. This is strategy.
Okay.
So
if you guys are on Spotify,
if you're watching,
iTunes, and Stitcher, we apologize.
You got to go to YouTube and check this out.
Yeah, you're going to my YouTube channel or anyone's channel, one of your 5 dream channels, right?
Okay.
And so you've already clicked on videos.
Yep, I have.
Right there. So go on to videos.
Yep.
We've already sorted by most popular.
Videos right here, and we sorted right here most popular for
you
guys
can
watching.
do that.
Okay.
And now what you have is 4 videos there. I would look at their top 20 videos.
Top 20, okay.
And you can even go ninja, and I have a VA actually record these in a spreadsheet with when they're posted, how many views, and the date and stuff. And then I get that by 5 channels. Now you have 100 videos that you know are proven to work and popular.
Got it.
So this is what I call the model channel strategy, right? And so we all know the 80-20 principle, right?
Yeah.
You know that.
Oh, yeah.
I think everyone knows
Everybody
that.
should. If you don't know that, then Google it.
Yeah. 20% gives you 80% of the results,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
So it's the same thing on YouTube, right?
Okay.
The 20% videos are giving people 80% of the results.
Got it.
Even on my channel. Like, we have videos with 100, 200,000 views, but a lot of them and a lot of the ad revenue are coming from those 3 million, 1 million, 2 million views videos.
100%.
So here's what you do. So now you know what you like. You have your dream channels. You got 100 potential videos that you know are proven to work. And people are like, I don't want to copy them. Yeah, you don't have to copy them. That's not the point. Just look at their title. And if it's 5 ways to make passive income online, what are your 5 ways?
Yeah.
What are your 7 ways?
Right. So almost don't even watch the video. Then is
you
what
can
you're
not
saying.
even
like,
watch it.
Okay, but for real though, like in all reality, would you watch the video?
If you're completely new and you don't know how to film and like you're doing research on like, okay, how are they talking? Like how are they speaking? Why is that? Why does this video have more, then yeah, sure.
Right.
But if you know what you're doing already and maybe you're a little more experienced, or you've seen a lot of YouTube and you know content, I would say no, because that's gonna
it'll hinder you, right? And the reason I
sour the milk.
I asked you that live because I struggle with that personally, right? I'll watch, dude. I'll have the best idea in the whole wide world, and then I'll watch somebody else's video, and then I just start to like. I want to be like the perfectionist. Right. And I'm like, and then I won't make the video.
Right.
As opposed to like, if I just looked at a title and thumbnail, I would totally make the video. I'd be like, oh yeah, let's roll, you know?
Yeah.
So that's why I asked, you know? Yeah.
And so you got 100 videos. And like, by the way, this is the stuff, I'm not trying to brag or flex, but like I get paid minimum $10,000 to work with companies and people and brands.
Be taking notes.
To do this.
Yeah.
And this is the result. Like what you're getting right now is literally how I did that first 350 days, 102,000 subscriber in that short time. And this is the stuff I've given to clients. I can say his name because we're friends, but like Jake Ducey, we were working together. He's got like 500,000 subscribers, and he had a couple of sessions with me way back in the day. So he's doing better than I am just using the stuff like this. Now, yes, he's great. His channel's phenomenal. He's a really cool dude.
What niche?
Like law of attraction.
Okay, got it.
Spirituality, metaphysics, all that stuff.
Sure.
Okay.
Great guy. Hustled his ass off. Like posting every day for like 500 days in a row. That's important too. But like the strategy is fundamental. And so this is the strategy, right?
Interesting.
So now let's recap. So we know what we're into. We got our 5 dream channels. We got our 100 videos. Now people hit the wall of, oh shit, I actually got to film.
Got to film. Okay.
And so
now what?
People get stuck here. Right? Because this is fun. This is planning phase. And we can journal all we want, right? Which we're all fans of. We can spreadsheet all we want. We can outline all we want. Clients do. They come to me like, all right, I have 15 videos outlined. I'm like, great. Why aren't you filming?
What are you doing?
Why aren't you filming? So now we get into the action phase of like systems and processes and filming. If you want to get into that, I'm happy to. And then the third phase is actually like growth and monetization.
Got it. Okay. So like analytics, like looking at your stuff and like actually like tweaking, right? Like you'll split test like thumbnails or like whatever, you know, and actually like figuring out like, okay, like what's my click-through rate? What's my view duration?
I actually wouldn't split test thumbnails with TubeBuddy. I was trying that for a while, and this is so geeky, but I love it. I was trying it, and I noticed that every time I would split test, no matter what, it would kill the video.
Interesting.
And so I have a thing that YouTube doesn't really like when you fiddle with it a lot, because then the algorithm has to relearn.
Got it.
So just stick to what you know, split test over the course of like 50 videos. And see which thumbnails get better clicks. But there's some general principles. If you want to geek out on that, I mean, I'm here all day.
Right.
You could film a course on that. I love it.
I love it. No, I love it 100%. I've even gone like video. Now, again, granted, I only have like 12,000 subscribers, but like I have a couple videos that are like
first 10 are the hardest.
Yeah. You know, and like I won't go back. I refuse to go back and like change my description even because I'm like I don't want to mess it up. Because there was like a couple videos that are like still like going. You know, they get like 500 views a day or whatever. And I'm like I don't want to change anything. You know, like if I touch it, it's not gonna like if I even click the edit button, you know, it's just gonna come crashing and burning. I don't know if that's true or not. But
well, dude, YouTube is so advanced, man. It used to be old SEO days, right? Because I've studied extensively Google SEO, YouTube SEO, because like that's how I get I think 30 or 40% of my traffic, which the average is 20. So I'm still like pretty. I'm not trying to brag. I'm just ninja at it.
Sure.
Right? And so YouTube, they actually use an algorithm called the Cloud9 algorithm, right? And so it scans your entire thumbnail through this algorithm, and it knows every single person in that thumbnail. It knows what the text is saying, even if it's script. It has a ranking for like suggestive content. Like,
interesting.
You know, if you're using a girl in a bikini or myself in a bikini, that's definitely suggestive.
Oh,
right?
a million%.
Right? So like it ranks it. It knows that. So having a few keywords in your thumbnails, that's like a one ninja hack that I would definitely recommend, is like your main couple keywords in your thumbnails. Now there's all different strategies.
Like I heard they watch like the first minute of your video matters a lot. Like what you talk about in the first 60 seconds.
Yes.
You know, like
they transcribe it.
Yeah.
That's why. They also have auto captions. So what you say in your video is doing the bulk of the SEO, because they know that any chimp with a crayon in his mouth trying to write Shakespeare or whatever, uploading a video. That's how I am half the time. Like,
right.
Right. So like I'm stuffing keywords in, and we're doing descriptions, and we're like, what the heck? This isn't about how to get rich. This is about you. So they know that, and they're smart. Everything's transcribable.
I love it, dude.
That's interesting.
I love it. Do you have anything else, Lewis? This is a phenomenal show, by the way, guys.
Dude,
we've covered a bunch of stuff. I feel like you could almost do a round 2 with Clark too. There's a couple people we've had on where I'm like, we should eventually, like 90 days from now, like do round 2.
I'm happy. If you guys want to geek out on YouTube,
like have like an actual, dude, it would be
the channel will be called How to Grow 100K Subs in 350 days.
I'm gonna film, if I can keep Clark here for a half hour too, I'm gonna film another video for my personal channel and see if we can get some traction over there too. But what's like I guess like the just like a final piece of advice for people,
something rather another.
Something that like like it could be life, it could be entrepreneurship, it could be business, relationships, whatever. But just like something you've learned over the years,
bro?
That it like anybody that's just anybody, dude. Like let's just say you had a kid, for example, right? And you had to give your kid a piece of advice. It's the only piece of advice you're ever gonna be able to give him.
Boom.
You're gonna die after that. And that's it, right? What's that advice? I mean, what have you learned, dude? I know it's like a broad, vague question, but I
know. I think it's the heart of what we do is refusing to settle. It's keep going. I like this. And there's a quick story to illustrate this. You might have heard it. Have you heard of the Chinese bamboo tree?
I haven't. No.
Okay, it's sick. So it's like an old story.
I have?
Yeah. Okay. It's sick. It's like a Zig Ziglar story. He talks about this farmer and his wife who go out to a farmer's market. They're dead broke in China, and they see this neighbor's crop, and they're like, oh, my God, how'd you get that bamboo? Like, we want to be rich like you. And he's like, all right, here's some seeds. So they go plant it, and for the first year, nothing happens. They give it water, sunlight, nourishment. What the heck? No crop. So then they keep coming back. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Yeah. They're frustrated. They're ready to rip up the seeds and be like, this is a scam. This is a get-rich-quick scheme. This doesn't work.
Don't work.
But then what happens on the 5th year, in a matter of 2 weeks, it spurts up 63 feet.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the question is, did that bamboo shoot 63 feet in 2 weeks or 5 years?
5 years.
Yeah.
And I think that's the perfect analogy for our life and success and entrepreneurship and YouTube.
Yep.
Is like you might be in that 4 year and 51 weeks of suck.
Yep.
But just know that like it's not linear. It's not this flat thing that we can control.
Right.
Sometimes it's building it in the process, and then you get that growth spurt
exponential, right?
That 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Just like they say, it takes that 10 years for that 1 year to change your life.
Exactly. And the only way you're going to get that guaranteed is if you refuse to settle. So that's the heart of it.
I love it. And that literally applies to every area of life, right? Like that applies to your relationships, your spiritual life, physically, right? Like when you're in the gym, your muscles, so financially, business, like literally, I love it, dude. Like phenomenal advice. Yeah. That's all we have. Do you have anything else for the viewer, for the listener, for this one?
That's it, man.
Show? That's it right there.
They know where to find it.
That's mic drop, really, though. Like that's amazing information, right? Okay,
Clark,
look, guys, if you haven't already, smash the subscribe button. Okay, smash the like button, and if you're on iTunes, Stitcher, Podcasts, whatever,
leave a review.
Leave a review. Let us know what you
5
like.
stars.
Make sure you hit up Clark too. His link's going to be pretty much everywhere. Yeah. You'll know where to find him. And shoot him a DM, right? Shoot him a message. And let him know where you came from.
That's right.
And dude, we appreciate you being on the show, brother.
Sick, man. You guys run a tight show. I like it.
I appreciate that, brother.
Thanks,
yeah, we're working on it, man.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll see you guys in the next one.
Deuces.